morning, rock stars. Welcome. Good to have you. Welcome to the broadcast. It's your coach Borino. We are live, I hope, I think. Yes? Yes. All right. Good to have you. Nice to see some of the friends. Brian, good to see you. Good to see my old friends. We do this every Tuesday. At noon, we get together and we talk about getting leads, getting business, navigating this crazy market we're in today. So how are things in your neck of the woods? I've been at this for 20 years and I've seen the thick and thin, the ups and downs, and today it seems like, tell me if this is your area. Hot market, difficult to get listings, multiple offers, sometimes within hours. Is this, in my market, it's pretty common now that buyers make offers sight unseen. 20, 30 offers is not uncommon if the property is in a desirable area in an affordable price range. Everything is selling. Interest rates are low, so it kind of makes sense. Is that the same in your area? Are you struggling with the same thing? Hey, Fadi, good to see you. Santi, you're still losing weight, Borino. A little bit. Hey, Derek, good to see you. William, nice to see you again. Haven't seen you in a long time, right? So, are you dealing with the same? Is it the same for you guys? Just expand it so I can see it. So how do we not just survive but thrive in this market? What do you have to do to stay afloat, to generate leads, to generate business, to have good productive spring, summer, the entire year? Now I've been telling you, guys, you should focus on where the business is, focus on the now business, focus on the low-hanging fruit. We've been talking about for sole by owners, new expired listings, old expired listings, open houses, work your neighborhood, work your sphere, forever. So there should be no struggle. I want to show you something. I want to show you the evidence. Watch this. Let me go here and let me zoom out here. Bear with me. I'm going to set this shot up. All right. So this is right now, as you're watching this live, Zillow. Just in my area, there are 72 properties listed for sale by owner. You don't have a lead problem. There are leads out there. We are in a super hot market. Are you kidding me? Washington, D.C. and Virginia, where I am, just on the other side of the river, in the Arlington, Falls Church area, Fairfax. It's a super hot market. Things are selling like crazy. There are no listings in my neighborhood whatsoever. Almost every single property recently sold in my neighborhood sold pre-market. And yet there are 72 people trying to sell on their own. Friends, please hear me on this. You don't have a lead generation problem. You have a mindset and systems problem. And with that, you have a skill problem. There are leads all around you. There are 72 in my neighborhood. So statistically, out of those 72, if I weed out all the sneaky agents who try to pretend to be FISBOs, if I weed out all the junk, half of these folks will end up being listings. That's just statistics. According to FISBR, 71% of properties end up. So let's say half of those, so that's 30, 35 potential listings right here. Average sales price in my area, right here in Lake Barcroft, it's about $700,000. That's 20, 30 grand commissions. You have opportunities all around you. What you're lacking is a system. Now, when I said system plus mindset, your mindset is still stuck on, I'm going to do what's comfortable. I'm going to do what's convenient. I'm going to do what's safe, rather than I'm going to do what fucking works. And I'm here to tell you, if you don't do for sale by owners, you're leaving money on the table. How many are in your area? How many people try to sell on their own who at the end will end up with an agent? Now, because the reason you're not that agent, because you're lacking a skill and a system. True or false? How many leads do you have in your database right now where, if you're honest, you haven't followed up in a while? Be honest. How many expired listings do you have starting going back to November, October last year, who have not relisted yet? 100? 200? And every day, I know there are not that many expireds. Properties are selling. But be honest, if there are 2 or 3 a day, that means 2 or 3 every day. Here we are at the end of February. That means you have already 60 opportunities. What if you close 10% of those? That's still 6 listings, 3 a month. That ain't bad. It's not great, But it definitely nurtures your business, definitely adds more to your business. True or false? Namar says, yes, multiple offers. It's the same here in northern New Jersey, says Gigi, yes. I mean, Washington, Seattle area, yes, buyers are seeing going against others in multiple offers. Fighting for low inventory, says Mark. So it's the same across the country. But here's the thing, guys. Get the right mindset. Start with the right mindset. If you look at the MLS, if you look at the statistics, people are still listing homes. How are they finding those agents? Those are agents with the right mindset, the right system, and the right skill. So let me write it down. How would you rate yourself? And again, just be honest. In your mindset, would you give yourself a 10, a score of 10? Yes, I'm passionate. Yes, I'm optimistic. Yes, I expect business. Yes, I believe there's plenty. If the answer is 7, you're in trouble, because those who beat you, those who do take those listings, and there are listings even in the hottest market, go in with a different mindset. I got this. I can do this. I like what I do. Yes, it's competitive, but it also weeds out all the competition, all the people who shouldn't be in this business in the first place. Make sense? So you got to score 10 on the mindset. Step 2 is, how are your systems? Do you have a good CRM? Do you have a system finding these people, approaching these people, keeping in touch with these people, converting them into appointments and listings? If the answer is, well, it's not a 10, it's like 7, you're getting beat by those who have these systems on 10. And then lastly, how about your skill? If I were to take a for sale by owner who is sick and tired of selling on their own, okay? They've been on the market for about a month, a lot of tire kickers, a lot of shitty agents approaching them with all kinds of shitty scripts, and they're done, and they're motivated, they want to sell. If I gave you the phone, and I said, talk to John, John is looking for an agent, get an appointment, how confident would you be to convert John into an appointment and then into a listing? How good is your skill, your communication skill? How good are you in answering their questions, overcoming objections, dealing with their fears and insecurities and resistance? It requires a skill. If you're not a 10, if you didn't score 10, 10, and 10, and I'm going to do this in full color multimedia, if your score is not 30, the agent's making money. Make that money because they score 30. The end of conversation. This is the foundation, friends. Mindset, system, skills. Now, with that, ask yourself this. Am I willing to nurture a lead for 2-3 years before they convert, or do I need a business now? Because I'm here to tell you there's business all around. So let's pretend that I make a bet and I say, I'll give my Benz away if I don't get a listing in the next 10 days. What would I do? Where would I go after listings? What would my day look like where I would have to really hunker down? Now, I'm not giving away my Benz, so don't you fuckers ask, okay? But what would I do? Where would I start? So the first thing I would do is look at the systems, my mindset first, of course. I would go into mindset, yes, I can make this work. I can figure this out. I may not have all the answers, but there are answers out there. I may not know everything I need to know, but I can learn, I can figure it out. There's money out there, there are clients out there, there's business out there, there's opportunity out there. That would be my general mindset. I would feed it daily, I would look at my vision board, I would meditate daily, I would review my goals daily, I would look for that positive, upbeat energy that you guys feel when I come here and teach you, right? So I would start with that. The right mindset. I would talk to good agents like you guys. Mr. Brian Casella would probably get a phone call from me every day just to pump each other up for 5 minutes. Would you be up for it, Brian? I'm sure you would. Or guys like that caliber, optimistic, passionate, successful, enthusiastic. And then I would go to work. Second thing I would build is my skill. Before I can get on the phone and waste an opportunity, I would find a role play partner, and for 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, just bam, 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 back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. How do I open the conversation? Learning the right pattern interrupts, having good passionate tone, the right tonality, the right mental state. And practice, 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 overcoming objections, dealing with questions, setting up appointments, doing all that. Build my skills. So I would get a CRM, right? Lion Desk, Realty Juggler, million others, and I would get something like Espresso Agent. Espresso Agent, that's espresso, believe it or not. to get me the source of leads I need. All right, so now I'm ready. So now I would spend 50% of my time looking for people who need an agent, either now or in the near future, not 2 years from now. Don't have time for that. Don't have desire, don't have the capacity to nurture and follow up for 2 years without getting paid. So I would build a system. Lock into Espresso Agent, use my code Borino, you can try it for $29 for the next 30 days, see how you like it. And I would start feeding. So where would I start? My first would be old expireds. That'd be my step one, old expireds. Those are always good source of sellers. And I would go back like October, November. Simple dialogue, simple script. I would say something like, Susan, hi, it's Borino with ABC Real Estate. Are you still getting calls from agents about your house? I know it was for sale. It's kind of a bummer it didn't sell. Seems like a really nice house, but that may be a good news for you guys. Because I don't know if you're keeping up with the market, but have you noticed how the prices have gone up? So now maybe you could put even more money, more cash in your pocket. Would you still consider it? Would you still like to go? Where did you guys want to go? What was the plan? Oh, no kidding, Florida, good for you. Have you found the house down there yet? Fantastic. So if the right buyer walks in, they offer you a really good price, something you guys would be really happy with, would you consider it? Would you at least kind of discuss it? And now I have a conversation. Now I'll be ready that most people will say no, but what I also know, statistically, that very often that no just means not right now because they don't trust me yet. I'm just a stranger to them. I'm just a perfect stranger. They have no reason to trust me. I need to build relationship and nurture them. Old expireds, and I would go back 6 months, 8 months, doesn't matter. A month, 2 weeks ago, and have these conversations. Some I will get on the phone, most of them I will not. Those will go through a system, because I have a system, to step 2. I will take an expired package, knock on the door, have a little conversation. I will stop by 2 or 3 every day. The rest I will mail. But one way or another, I will find ways to communicate with them. Some I can send videos, some I can send emails, some I can send texts. Some I will have a conversation on the phone, some in person. Now I have all these channels open. It's like fishing. I have 8, 10, 12 hooks in the water. Something's going to nibble on it. So that would be my number 1. Number 2, every day I see new expireds. New expired. I would go after them because even in the hottest market, not 100% of inventory sells. There's always that 1 or 2 properties a day that don't sell. And yes, very often it's because they're overpriced. But you know what that means? If they still want to sell, I have a system to sit down with the seller and price it at a price point that will cause it to sell. Because what I'm interested in is not price, but motivation. I'm not interested in price, because if they really want to sell, if they really want to move, or if they have a problem, if they really need to sell, price is not an issue. Price is what the price is. The seller doesn't set it, the agent doesn't set it. It's set by the market. And me as an expert who has a system, I can determine what that price is and how to communicate it effectively, because now I have a skill and the right mindset to go in and sit down with the seller, and within 20, 30-minute conversation, I can establish at this price the property will sell. How bad is the problem? How strong is the need? Are you with me? Does that make sense? So now I have these 2 sources of good leads. They're all around you guys. But you can't go with the mindset, I'm doing what's comfortable. I don't like calling expired listings. It is not based on what you like. It is based on what's effective, what's efficient, what's bringing the dollars. Third group, you just saw it. I would go on Zillow and Craigslist. Start working FSBOs. Why is that important? Because I know statistically 7 out of 10 turn up to be listings. So if I can put 10 for sale by owners on my follow-up, at least 1 or 2 will be my listings. I can already project that. Now your numbers will be different, but that's a pretty safe bet. Number 4, same approach, by the way. First approach, little conversation, chat with them, 5-minute, 10-minute preview of the house, establish a relationship, start nurturing, start offering value, keep in touch, keep in touch, keep in touch. No hard closing, no convincing, no. I know that they need about 30 days before they wake up and go, this was a bad idea. Plan B. That's plan B for Borino comes in. Isn't that clever? All right, number 4. Again, statistics, guys. I go by statistics. That's how I can build a business plan, not based on preferences or emotions. Statistics. So, number 4. I know statistically, according to the United States Census Bureau, 12% of Americans will move in 2020. 12%. That means out of 10 homes in my neighborhood, statistically, 1 will be selling this year. What I have to do is get to know my neighbors. Because statistically, 1 out of 10 neighbors is thinking about moving in the next 12 months. Now, here's where it gets even better. If I have the system, the skill, and the mindset, now I can build such a good, close relationship with these people, which is what your business stands for anyway, or stand on anyway, built on anyway, that now my neighbor may not be interested in moving, but they may know somebody, because now I'm exponentially opening up the network. And within few months, I would dominate, I would own my neighborhood. And it's not that hard. And it is not about creating digital, I heard this term, be a digital mayor of your area. Have you heard that? Like, Facebook is now the answer. Now, I see the irony in my statements. Yes, we're on Facebook and YouTube watching this. I understand that I use social media to communicate with you. But ask yourself this, is that really the best, most effective, cost-effective, and business-effective way to attract the right people, to build connection with them, build relationship with them? I don't oppose Facebook advertising, don't get me wrong. I'm not against it. I'm just saying it should be part of the puzzle, not the puzzle. Never put all your eggs in a basket. Notice, I have 4 here already. And I would do one banging, really good open house every weekend. Every weekend, where I get at least 20 good people. Now, remember, I am focused on sellers. That means I cannot afford to waste time to chauffeur buyers around weekend after weekend to compete with 25 other offers and hope it's going to get accepted. I can do that. All my buyers will be referred out for a referral fee. I'm feeding all these leads, all these sellers, now go into my CRM system, and I am fanatical in my follow-up now. Again, using all the channels. They will see my face, they will hear my voice, they will get my text, they will get my phone calls, they will get my mail, they will get my email, I will connect with them on social media. All these channels wide open communicating. Here's the best part. Because I have systems, it gets divided between automation. Now, not drip campaign. Drip campaign is not follow-up. Drip campaign, do you like getting automated messages? Do you wake up in the morning and says, let me read more templated emails? Yay! No, you delete that shit. So do your sellers, so do your prospects. Don't kid yourself. It needs to be authentic, it needs to be interesting, it needs to be entertaining. But here's the best part. I can still make it automated / have my staff deal with all of that. I don't have to touch it. I don't have the time. I don't have the desire. My strength is in communication. My strength is building my business, educating myself, learning like you guys are doing right now, in communicating with my leads, texting, emailing, doing that stuff where it's a one-on-one, while the system is taking care of the rest, while the assistant is doing all that other stuff. Where I can send a little personal video, hey Joe, just wanted to let you know there's a new property right here behind me, if you can see it, on Green Street. Just went up for sale yesterday. I have more information for you, text me back. Boom. Send that out. You can use BombBomb, or you can use just regular texting, multimedia message you can send on your phone. Those are the things that I'm good at. Those are the things where produce dollars, where I'm in the communication, I'm in connection. I'm out there. I'm on the phone. I'm texting, emailing, doing. While my staff plus the systems is taking care of the rest. If I just do these 5 things, that's going to make plenty. That's going to generate plenty. That's going to keep me busy plenty. And yes, you can add to it more if you want to, but this would be my core. Why? Because this is now business. This is not a year from now. Who wants that? I need listings now. I need signs in the front yard now so I can get more sign calls. I can expand. I can use one listing that generates more listings, that attracts buyers so I can double end transactions. And here's the best part. When I do the open house, I'm going to start getting people who want to buy that house or house in that neighborhood but need to sell something first. Those are good ones. Or neighbors who are thinking about selling, who live in the same neighborhood. And that's the whole plan. It's simple. It's inexpensive. I don't need to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on ads. I mean, I can throw in some postcard marketing to promote my open house. I would do that. Pass out some flyers, talk to some neighbors, prepare for the open house. I go out there, maybe start on Tuesday, start a neighborhood letting them know, hey, I'll be holding an open house. I'm meeting Joe and Susie over there on Green Street. I'll be doing an open house this Saturday. Why don't you stop by? Come take a look at it. Maybe you know somebody who may be interested in a house. How about you guys? Have you thought about selling? Any plans to move down the road? Or you like it here? Now, if you were to move, where would you go? What calls you? What pulls you in? Oh, fantastic. Now, how soon do you think you may consider making a move? I have a conversation. I can get a lead, get their contact information. They go into the CRM. into the contact management, and now I expand. And every once in a while, I'd ping them, I touch them. Here's what's going on in the neighborhood. Send them a nice handwritten thank you note. Send them some helpful information. Send them something fun, something interesting, something cool to look at. Because I know I can convert those. I know statistics work in my favor. Because I keep in touch, keep in touch, keep in touch, keep in touch. And you know why I know that's going to work? Because most agents don't keep in touch. Their follow-up sucks. So the problem is not just leads. Leads is only first step. The problem is really here. You need to have a system. What do you do with those leads once you get them? Because as you saw right now, I showed you, there are leads all around you. If you just do these things, not that hard, you're going to get leads. The question is, what do you do afterwards? Do you have the mindset, the systems, and the skill to convert them into clients? Now, if you want my help, we're going to open, I'm doing a 4-part expired series. It's going to be really cool. You're going to watch these training sessions, how to get new and old expireds and turn them into listings. It doesn't cost anything. Yes, at the end, we're going to transition. I'm going to teach a boot camp, an expired boot camp, which is a lot of fun. Comes with the Expired Plus, but that's coming later. That's coming at the end of March. Before that, I want to help you, so I want to teach you. I'm going to give you the right scripts. I'm going to give you some sequences. I'm going to teach you the secrets that turn expired leads into listings. Even seller who says, hell no, we're never selling. Even sellers who were $150,000 overpriced can become good listing with the right system and the right approach. So if you want to be on the VIP notification list, how to get in, just go to expiredplus.com/VIP. It's right there. Sign up for it. We'll send you a little email. You're going to get some links. You can watch it. There'll be live training with me as well. There'll be some videos you're going to watch. It's a really cool program, and I'm really excited to have you. This is not the boot camp, of course. The boot camp is coming. More information will be coming your way. All right. Now, let's take some questions. Okay. Digital mayor. People buy from people they like and trust. Lucio, yes. And the concept is not, I don't oppose it. The idea is you create a digital community like on Facebook where people get to know you, they trust you, become their go-to resource that you later turn into business. So as a concept, I don't really oppose it. I just think it's a very lengthy process. You can't really build a business plan around it. And there is no predictable way to calculate this is how many leads, how many sellers, how many listings I can get out of it. Where with something like for sale by owners, I can create a very accurate formula where I can project I need this many for sale by owners on my follow-up to turn into this many appointments to turn into listings. And I can very accurately predict that. And based on that, I can not just build my business plan, but I can scale it. That's the difference. Not to mention, FSBOs, 30 days. Digital mayor, years, if any. Yeah? Santi has a really good question. What's a good headline for an expired postcard? Let me see, Santi, if I have some postcards here. Do we have any postcards there, Eric? Expired postcards, one of those red ones. I could show you. Here's a good one. I got one, yeah. Check this one out. Let me show you on camera. Look at this one. Can you read it? This could be you. Sold. And that's the actual property. That's a really good postcard. Because this is what the sellers want, right? They want to move, want to sell. Now, the Expired Plus comes with 4 specifically designed postcards for expired listings. I wish I had an example here, but I don't. So, a quick tip I can give you designing your marketing. Design it from the perspective of your target audience. What is it that they want? Why does it matter to them? What do you want them to do next? 3 simple things. What is it that they want? Why does it matter to them? What's in it for them? And what do you want them to do next and why? Yeah? Those are good postcards. Now, you may include in your sequence postcards that just create familiarity, but always keep this in mind. When you're creating postcards, emails, letters, videos, any of that, your objective is always, this is who I am, this is what I do, here's why you can trust me, this is what I want you to do next, here is why. How would it benefit you? Okay? So whether it's a free report you want them to get, update on the neighborhood, or just a simple handwritten thank you card. Those work well, by the way. Send handwritten thank you cards. They're amazing. They're magical. We are living in a world where it's all about texting and social media and all that. You get a good old-fashioned postcard in the mail, card, nice card, not a corporate one with a logo, but nice handwritten card. Warms the heart. It feels so good. It's really a well-designed, thought-out, simple marketing piece. Handwrite thank you cards. They work really well. I have a whole drawer of them, full of them. All right, Victor likes it. Victor says, let me show you what Victor says. I'm going to zoom in a little. That is Borino talking to you. See me? Victor's enjoying it. He says, awesome stuff, Borino. That makes me happy. Gigi has a question. Do you have an effective script for door knocking an expired that you do not have a telephone number for? I happen to do, Gigi, yes, when dropping off expired package to them. Here's a good script to use that you have an expired list. First, let me preface it with something. We are entering a day and age where calling expired listings alone will not get you many leads. You will, if you're lucky and you do it consistently and you do it well and use something like Espresso, you're going to get 1 out of 10. Meaning out of 10 expired listings, 1 will answer the phone where you actually get a conversation. Your numbers will vary, but not by much. So now what about the other 9? They're still good leads. They still need an agent in many cases, and they still will relist sooner or later with somebody else. So how do you get them? My recommendation is put together an expired package during the boot camp, and in the free class I will show you how you can make your own, or if you just want mine, you can swipe my copy, just print it, and it's ready to go. You take that expired package, you knock on the door, the expired opens, it says, hey, it's Borino with ABC Real Estate. Am I the first one stopping by about the house? Am I the first one about your home, or were other agents here before me? It's kind of crazy, isn't it? I noticed your house was up for sale and it didn't sell. That's kind of surprising. Seems like a really nice house. And now you start the conversation with them. The idea is start easy with a little pattern interrupt, get in a conversation with them. You'll be surprised that very few agents go and visit expireds in person. Either because they don't know that that's an effective way to do that, and very often because it's not comfortable. Again, emotions get in the way. Feelings get in the way. I tell you, it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. At first, it's going to take some practice to get used to it, but after a while, you're going to realize that being broke and not having listings is a lot harder than talking to some expired listings. And in most cases, if you're nice, if you're pleasant, if you're smiling, and if you're not pushing them around, and if you're not vomiting some stupid scripts at them, you'll notice these are nice people who will, if anything, at least have a conversation with you. They may not jump up and down and hug you. Oh, thanks for coming. We need to sell our house. Come on in. Where have you been? But most of the time, they'll be nice, they'll be cordial, they'll be pleasant. And you can find out who they are, what they're trying to do, put them on a follow-up, get their contact information, and very often they will invite you in. Because I would use something like, well, let's do this. Let me take a quick look at your property. And I know it's not ready for showing or anything. The beds are probably not made if your house is anything like mine. But if nothing else, I can give you an idea what went wrong. So if you, down the road, decide to give it another shot, you won't make the same mistake twice. Now it's a benefit, now it's a curiosity, now I'm offering something, and I can say, I got 5 minutes, that's okay. That's a time constraint. Works really well. And many people will say, yeah, sure, tell me. So I walk through the property, I would look at it, and I say, you know what? One of the things I notice is the pictures used to promote your listing, here's the MLS printout. They don't do this house a justice. The kitchen, you've done a fantastic job. That looks really nice. The cabinets, look at these pictures. And the seller looks at the pictures and go, oh yeah, you're right, that looks kind of shitty. How did the pictures happen? Cheap agent who didn't want to spend $150 on getting pictures done professionally used their goddamn iPhone. Now we have something. Now I'm offering value. I'm not putting the other agent down. I'm just simply showing this may be a problem. Now, the best questions you can start getting are IOIs. IOI stands for Indicator of Interest. Indicator of Interest. How much do you charge? What do you think our homes would sell for? How long does it take to sell a house in this area? And on and on and on. Okay? Those are good. Those are all good. That means you're in the game, they're considering you. And now I can start unraveling what went wrong, what are they trying to do, and more importantly, what are they trying to solve? What's the real reason, the core driving emotion reason for them to sell this property to live somewhere else? What matters to them the most? And I can find that out by building trust, building connection, building a relationship with them. And that may happen on the spot, which sometimes happens. That may happen after 2 or 3 conversations. What I have found, especially with expireds, especially if they had a bad experience with an agent who never followed up and they were kind of left in the dark, it's going to take you between 5 and 15 touches before they say, you know what, come on down, Susie, let's talk. Let's sit down. We still want to do this. Okay? Again, I have statistics, so I'm not worried that it's taking time. I know it's going to take some time for them to warm up to me and open up. Yeah? Derek is enjoying it. He says, great webinar, coach. I appreciate that. Gordon, that is cool. I still have the postcard you sent to me from San Diego. That's awesome. See, these things matter because you know that they're not part of some giant marketing campaign, that Somebody sit down and hand wrote that thing to you. And it's the same like with thank you notes, cards. That's why I encourage you. If you go on a little vacation somewhere, and it can be an overnight, doesn't need to be lavish vacations to Bahamas, whatever. Buy a stack of postcards. Buy like 20 or 30 postcards. And then take the people who you want to nurture connection with. They can be your sphere, they can be your past clients, they can be the good leads you have on your system, whoever you want to impact. My friend Gail Zintek is the master of that. She is the world rock star. I don't know anybody who's better at this than her. And then send them a little postcard. Send them a little note. Hey, having a great time here in Bahamas, thinking of you, hope all is well. Borino, your real estate agent. That's it. Personal, simple, handwritten stamp. Send those out. They work really well. Because people don't get them anymore. So when you do receive it, you're like you, Gordon, right? It stands out. You're like, oh shit. Somebody took the time to write this to me. It's not some template machine regurgitated thing. Have you noticed how lately there has been so much talk about automation? That's the latest thing. Automation. Like this new app. We rolled out the new app where people can do shit on apps. And we got this new automation. And this will be a bot that will talk to people. Do you like to talk to bots? Have you ever enjoyed the conversation you have when you call your phone company? Press 1 if you want to report a problem. This is Lucy, the automated machine. I understand human language. Like, I don't want to talk to no fucking robot. I hate those things. So why do people expect that suddenly in real estate people enjoy talking to robots? Fuck no. Automation has its place, of course. You need to have a system, you need to have a CRM and all that. But you still play an active role. You still write a nice note. You still send a personal text, a video. I still need to teach you here in person rather than send you some template emails or some bullshit that you're going to toss without even giving it a second glance. It's still a people business. You are still in a people business. One human being helping another human being. With this awesome technology we have at our disposal, of course, like me coming to you live from my home, which is amazing. But at the end, I still need to engage you and entertain you and give you some valuable, good information, just like your sellers expect the same from you. Are you with me? Does that make sense? All right. Thank you for sharing your golden nuggets. Instead of postcards, what about magazines or subscriptions to magazines to clients alike? I would not do that. I've never seen anyone effectively use that will generate a lot of business. But hey, your mileage may vary. One is usually to speak English in USA. Yes, I don't. I don't either. It took me a long time to learn it to this level, and this is not great. I admit my English is anything but great, but I'm still a foreigner, and I never pretend or hide the fact that I was born in Czechoslovakia. But language can be a barrier. Just be aware. Language, strong accent, not knowing the term, speaking too fast, too slow, whatever, can be a problem. So you got to master it. That's where the skill comes in. That's why it's so important. All right. Irma says, I don't like the machines either. Yeah, I don't. Most people don't. So it is not the answer to real estate. Agents, you guys will still need to do the work and do the uncomfortable and deal with rejections and deal with human emotions and fears and all that. That's just part of the deal. But that's why we can make 300, 400, 500,000 or more. All right? All right, guys. Time to wrap it up. If you'd like to be on the VIP list, you want to know more about the Expired 4-part series that's coming, head over to expiredplus.com/VIP. Sign up for it. No spam or anything. We'll just send you the invites when the new sessions are being posted. There'll be live webinars, Q&A sessions with me as well. And of course, you're going to be in front of the line when the bootcamp opens in March, which I'm really excited about. That's a 5-week, very intense hands-on program where I not only send you all my materials, all the information, all the postcard letters and dialogues and everything you need to be a successful agent who can turn expireds into listings, but I will personally help you build the entire system in 5 weeks. So you'll be up and running in 5 weeks. And I'm really looking forward to it. I posted a poll here on Rockstars where I was curious which bootcamp would you like me to teach next, and that one won. It was not even close. That one was by far the number one. So that's what we're going to teach next in March. Okay, that's coming. Cool. All right. Hey, I understand I'm your neighbor from north. Really? Are you from Poland? Which part north? That's awesome, Sławek. Good to have you. Jeremy has a quick question. Do we listen to the drunken monkey or are we drunken monkey? Oh, good question. You are not your drunken monkey. Drunken monkeys, that little voice, Buddha was talking about it, the voice of 1,000 drunken monkeys in your head. So the concept is old. It's been around for many years. But what it really is that voice that means well. It is the oldest part of your brain called the crocodile brain or the lizard brain. You've heard that expression, right, Jaron? It is the part of your brain, part of your mind that's protecting you from harm. And because we have been conditioned and programmed that talking to strangers, remember, since you were a kid, what were you taught? Stranger danger, stranger danger. Remember that? So a lot of these fears are encoded, talking to strangers, being rejected, being in a position where there's a lot of tension and animosity. So there's a part of the brain that's trying to protect you from it and pull you away. Your croc brain is not very smart. That's what your neocortex is for. Smart neocortex logically knows, hey, talking to expired listings will make me a lot of money. That's going to help my business. I should be doing that. The problem is croc brain, lizard brain, has way more power because it triggers basic core emotions. Every time you get those sweaty palms before you start calling, your heart rate goes up, your adrenaline kicks in, you feel nervous, and you feel like, I better bail. That's your croc brain doing its job. It likes status quo. It doesn't like change. It likes exactly the way things are because they're safe. The number one objective your croc brain has to keep you safe. But we both know that safe is not profitable. Safety zone is not where growth is. Safety zone is not where the money is. Safety zone is not where the opportunity is. Safety zone is where average agents are. So if you hear that voice that's trying to persuade you not to call, not to visit, not to do, just become aware of it. It's not going to go away. There is no way to shut it up. It's just doing its job, and we're wired for that. But what you can do is take conscious control of your emotions, your thoughts, and your behaviors. Your emotions, your thoughts, and your behaviors. You have direct control over that. And you can override the croc brain at any point. So every time you hear that voice tell you, don't get out of the car, and I mean, case in point, one of my first expired listings, Whittier, California, young rookie agent named Borino, pulls up in his little car with a little tie that I got for, I don't know, $3. Mervyn's, they're not around anymore. And I was holding the MLS printout, and friends, I am not joking. My hands were shaking like this. My palms were so sweaty, I smudged the entire printout. And it took me almost 30 minutes to find enough courage to shut up that monkey brain, get out of the car, and knock on that door. And while I was doing it, my mind was playing all kinds of scenarios. They're going to have a gun, there'll be dogs, they're going to yell at me, it's going to be terrible. Has that ever happened to you? Before you pick up the phone or knock or do something. Shit, my first open house, I saw cars slowing down. I said, please don't stop, please don't stop, please don't stop. Right? These are the fears that we all deal with. The only thing that separates rock stars from everybody else is rock stars take control over their thoughts, actions, and emotions. That in spite of that little voice telling them don't knock on their door, they know that they control their hand movement and then what they say. Because after doing this for 20-some years, I'm here to tell you, 95% of these scenarios that I had in my head, that you have in your head, never happen. Most expired listings are pretty nice people who need help. Most people who visit your open house are pretty nice people who just want some information and want some help. I'm here to tell you, friends, after encountering thousands of you as my students, thousands of people as my clients, friends, neighbors, people are pretty nice. And people to a great extent, react to how you deal with them, how you approach them, what you expect them to do, what you want from them. If you expect people to be nice and pleasant and curious and engaging, they will. If you expect assholes and angry people and difficult people and broke people, you're going to get plenty of those. And we don't need to discuss how it works and why it works. We just know that's the way it works. Your reality, your experience of this world matches your expectations, your beliefs, and your mindset. Okay? Is that helpful? All right. Real estate agent in Uma, should I invest in lead generation like RedX on a newsletter constant contact? I'm a new agent and I'm trying to budget my expense. Good question. Where should you put your money? My suggestion would be get a good CRM, like Lion Desk or Realty Juggler, they're inexpensive. They cost like $20, $25 a month. That's number one. You need a place where you're going to organize your leads. That's step one. Get a good CRM. You must have your own CRM. I'm not a big fan. Hear me on this, guys. I'm not a big fan if a third party, like your company, has access and controls your leads. I know they say they don't, and I know it's all up and up. It's not. Hear me on this. I want you to control your leads. I want you to be only one accessing your leads. So get a system, spend a few bucks. I don't get paid by by Lion Desk or Realty Juggler or 7,000 other CRMs out there. Get one, learn how to use it. That's it. Then you're going to hand it off to your assistant because 80-90% of those activities will be done by your staff. That'll be investment number one. Investment number two is get system like Espresso Agent. We do get paid by Espresso if you join them. But the cool thing is you get a $29 test drive for 30 days. Just use the code Borino. That's it. Try them. Try them because that's what your competition is using. That's where the numbers, names, emails are. Not all of them, and it's not going to be 100% accurate, but that would be my investment. I wouldn't bother with newsletters. I wouldn't bother with any of that until I have all this up and running. The only investment here is just to get your expired package printed. And that's really the core of it. It's just a trifold brochure. I actually might have one here I can show you. Do I have an expired? Yeah, I do. Looks like this. Not that expensive to print. Now we have a partnership with a company that will design it for you, put your picture on it. This is who is this? Oh, this is Todd, one of my students, see? They will print it for you. They will get you postcards if you want, the entire thing. So, but that doesn't cost a whole lot. And once you have it, boom, you're ready to go. So that's what I would do. So don't spend too much money. It doesn't cost too much money to call, to visit, to have the expired package ready. Doesn't cost any money to work FISBOs. Again, some postage, simple stuff like the thank you cards and all that. Neighbors doesn't cost anything. Once in a while, I would throw like a barbecue, get to know people, no big deal. Open house, a few signs or any of them. Maybe a little ad on Facebook, little invitation. That's it. So it's not a huge, expensive thousands and thousands of dollars system that needs 70 moving parts for it to work. Okay, especially as a new agent, I would focus more on building my mindset, core systems like a CRM and a data provider, and building my skills. Because you can have the fanciest systems, the most beautiful postcards, the most elaborate marketing. If you suck on the phone, if you suck in person, if you come across as needy, nervous, incompetent, if you don't have the core skill, you're not going to get any business. No matter how fancy your advertising is. It's just not going to happen. Somebody else is going to beat you. And it can be an agent who spends way less, who is less fancy, who doesn't have all these elaborate systems. I've seen it over and over. All right. Jeremy says, this is really helpful. That makes me happy. Hey, Karen, good to see you. Happens all the time, doesn't it? Yes. So listen to this, what Kathy's saying. I knocked on an expired listing door to introduce myself. Then I followed up with a note card as to why I stopped by if they didn't answer the door. The next week, I send them a like fun postcard. Next, like market update. This is like 8x8. I don't have their information. What else can I do to engage them? Kathy, I would go back if at all possible. If you can, go back. I would send them a market update. What's going on? Here are the new listings. Here are the new sales. Visit. Can you email them? If you have their information, see if you can email them, if you can call them. Now, here's the thing. I would repeatedly keep in touch, keep in touch, keep in touch. Mailing, emailing, whatever channels you can reach. But here's the thing. Maybe you'll reach them, maybe you won't. Maybe they'll respond, maybe they won't. So you do your follow-up as part of the systems here while looking for more, because you're never stuck just on this one, because that may or may not work out. Make sense? So don't be too attached to the outcome of just this one. Do the best you can with what you have. Go visit them 2 or 3 times. I had some listings. That was expired in an area where I knew I could sell it. You know, it was one of those homes where I just know I can sell this sucker. Looked good. It was a good price range, affordable. I went back like 4 or 5 times before I reached the seller. Left a little note, little post-it, leave it on the front door. But while I was doing that, I was going after others. If this one doesn't work out, look for more. So do the best. Now, here's what I have found. And this is not just with expires, this is with leads in general. Let's see, let me wipe it out real quick. And this will help you when it comes to your follow-up, keeping in touch with your leads. You deploy as many channels as humanly possible. as technically possible. That means phone calls, visits, emails, direct mail, social media, all of these. But here's what I found. So you make the first contact here. This is your contact number 1. Let me go black. That's better to read. Easier to read. Then you try again. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is contact number 5. Somewhere here, majority of your competition gives up. Most agents don't have the systems or the persistence or the knowledge and the skill to keep in touch. You keep trying, because this is what I found. Nothing happens. Then something magical happens around contact 5, where majority of my listings came here, between contact 5 and 15. It took between 5 and 15 touches, contacts, repetition. So market update, neighborhood, new listings, something helpful, personal note, a letter, another postcard, brochure, 15. And in between, I would attempt, if I had the number, call them if you can. Now, I know sometimes you can, sometimes it's a do not call. Sometimes you don't have the number. So do the best you can in what you have. So I would do these, and majority of the dollars were right here, between 5 and 15. And I would keep feeding new leads into this from my FISBOs, from my open house leads, from expireds. All of these would go on a follow-up. Now, the follow-up would vary based on what type of lead that would be. Your follow-up would be different with expired listings than with for sale by owners, because the situation is different. The psychology is different. For sale by owner, he's convinced they can do it themselves, so more of my follow-up would be encouraging them, giving them tips. Expired listings need more proof, more hand-holding, more trust building. So the messages will be slightly different. That's why the Borino system comes with 20 pieces of follow-up specifically for sale by owners, and the Expired Plus comes with like 15 pieces of specific follow-up for expired listings. Now, if you come on board and join the bootcamp in March, you will get all that. I will help you build it. I will show you how to use it, the sequencing, the dialogues, the language, and the shenanigans and psychology strategies behind it. Groovy? So while you're waiting for that, why don't you hop on the list, go to expiredplus.com/VIP. Karen, lovely words from Karen. Thank you so much. Great idea, simple and effective. I believe in simple, Karen, because I know myself. You know, if I go through something and it says, this will require 17 easy steps, fuck no, I'm not doing that. Or it's going to take 6 months before you see results. No, I want now. That's why I teach you this stuff. This is now business. It still requires follow-up. It still requires some effort, and it still requires some time. Nothing happens instantaneously. But compared to many other of these sources where I read, oh, we're going to have 2 years of follow-up program for you. I'm like, Jesus, I don't want to follow up for 2 years. I need business now. I need paychecks now. I need money now. So that's why I like it simple and affordable, because I think that will serve you well. Later, you want to get fancy. You want to expand, hire staff, hire marketing experts and Facebook experts and direct mail experts, and you want to do all that. That's cool. But that's later when the cash is flowing in steadily. Okay? Kathy says, thank you. My pleasure. Jeremy says, oh, Mr. Jeremy, good to see you. She says, thank you. Very helpful. All right, guys. So here's the last one. expiredplus.com/VIP. Sign up for it. Would love to communicate with you. Would love to let you know what's going on. With the 4-part series, there is a free series, 4-part workshop. And after that, we're going to follow up with the actual Expired Bootcamp. Would love to have you in it. It's a lot of fun. It's a great class. We sell it out every single time. And I'm pretty proud of the results, many of the students who go through the bootcamp. Some of you have been through it, that accomplish. Thank you so much for being here today. We do this often, but at least once a week on Tuesdays at noon, Borino Live. I appreciate you guys. I think I answered all the questions. I think I did, yes? All right. Thanks for being here. Coach Borino signing off. I'll talk to you real soon. Let's go get him. Ciao. Bye, everybody.